loud. Okay, we're recording. All right, here we are. So what I'm going to break down today is something that I felt was heavily looked over in the course section. And so guys, if you go here and then you knock
Yeah.
on the classroom thing here, right? And then you go to pre-course work here. If you go right here where it says the six-figure mindset, one moment. If you're not muted, mute yourself, please. I'm letting more people in as the meeting goes on. This part right here, the six-figure mindset. This video, there's a book that I want you guys to download, and it's right here. It's free 99. Now, for all of my people that are working a job or even just working this business and doing it full time, what you'll come to understand is that a lot of times it could be very sporadic, and most people they just kind of hustle their way through and there's no intention. And so in this video specifically, I talked about the necessary components of your thought process to break through the six-figure mindset. Because a lot of you guys are on that five-figure level, maybe even four-figure level. I don't know. But what I'm saying is like you may have not have experienced what it's like to make $100,000 in a very, very short period of time. Wholesaling gonna do that to you. Okay. So if you don't do this mindset stuff right now, let me tell you something. Your income is always going to meet you at your experience. This is coming from a dude who made $23 million in 1 year and almost lost all of it the following year. I love being transparent with you guys. You see, there's a passage in the Bible in the book of Job where Job says this: God giveth, God taketh away. The reality is I wasn't ready to have that amount of money yet. A certain version of you is going to appear as the weeks and months fall off of the calendar, and your money, your income, is always going to meet you at your experience. So if you don't know how to handle $100,000, let me tell you, you ain't going to keep $100,000. If you've only been used to the 4 to 5 figure mindset, the six-figure mindset ain't going to be sustainable for you. So thus meaning a different level of vibration has to come from you to sustain that amount of blessing that God's going to pour into your life. And when that happens, you better be ready because it's going to be a crazy ride. A lot of my people that are in here, who am I talking to that's experienced a big bag? Who here has closed the deal that's made over $5,000 to $10,000 and may have never done that before in any other hustle in their whole life? Raise your hand and let everybody know that you're a player in this group. I'm giving you the platform to showcase what you've been able to do. Now, money come, money go. I've seen both sides of the spectrum. As I've grown through the business, I've gotten a chance to see it all. Okay. I've gotten a chance to see six-figure months. I got a chance to see seven-figure months. I got a chance to see millions of dollars in a year. Got a chance to lose $1 million a year. It happens. And so the reality is that who you are as a person is what keeps money. And so the psychology of it has to be there because it needs to be sustained. Once you receive this amount of money, wholesaling, real estate, whatever it is, very active form of business. Very active, meaning that guess what? If my friend Omar stops marketing, he might not make any more money. He might have to rely on his rentals. If my friend Candace over here stops marketing, what's going to happen? She might not start making any more money, right? And so this is the thing about real estate is that it's consistent. And I've learned this going into the gym. And for some of you guys that are following me on my journey, when I first started out my fitness journey, it was right near COVID. I was eating whatever the hell I wanted. I gained a little over 100 pounds in a very short period of time. Mind you, I was already pretty damn fat. Okay. And so getting fatter was not something that I was ready for. I remember I threw an event in 2020 called Ground Zero. I invited a whole bunch of my friends over here to San Antonio, Texas. I spent almost $250,000 in a weekend to throw an event that got a whole bunch of people in here. I didn't make any money off of this event. People think that people that throw events make a lot of money. I'm here to tell you that no, that's not the case. And so, I just remember drinking, getting drunk. 2 weeks later, the whole world shuts down. And when the world shut down, man, let me tell you something. We all stayed home. Most of us stayed home. Well, most of us were afraid to die. I knew that COVID was BS, but we were practically on lockdown. Who here lost somebody to COVID? Drop one in the comments if you lost someone to COVID. I did. I lost a couple of friends of mine. It sucked, man. Did they have debilitating issues, like things that were happening already? For sure. You know what I mean? But it was part of this awakening, I feel. I think more businesses started in this time frame than ever before. And so I saw this giant wave of people coming in, content makers, TikTok blowing up, YouTube blowing up. People were making videos, people were talking more about real estate. The idea of virtual wholesaling became a thing. During this moment, I stayed home. I stayed home and I got really, really fat, dude. I ate food every single day. And then lo and behold, a very, very much more fluffier version of myself was standing before you in that moment. And I remember standing on a scale and I must have been about 440 pounds. And I decided that I wanted to take my life back. I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I don't know what was going on. It felt like there was a giant sitting on my chest. I felt like I was about to have a heart attack. Lo and behold, I had a heart attack a year ago, which actually was something I knew was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen that soon. Stress is a real thing. Business can do that to you, okay? And so like business is probably going to be the most stressful thing any of us are going to do. Be prepared for it. I was not. I thought, okay, I'm there. I'm at the top of my game. Ain't nothing going to knock me off my high, and boom, I got humbled. And so let me tell you something, man. During this time frame, when I made the decision, I hate to say it like this because it was a decision that I actually wanted to make, and I know it had been there, but it took that happening to me to awaken what was already there. You know what I mean? And so for some of you guys, you still have maybe have had that moment before where it was like fight or flight. You know what I mean? And it reminds me of that story that ET says. And ET talks about Eric Thomas. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a very great motivational speaker, one of my favorite motivational speakers. He talked about this guru that brought this gentleman out and to the water. He said, I want to learn how to make $1,000,000. He said, follow me out into the beach tomorrow morning. Be there 5 a.m. sharp. Homeboy shows up wearing a suit, ready to go, wanting to make the moves, wanting to make the money. And the guru calls him out into the water, and they keep walking out further and further and further until this gentleman grabs his head and pushes it into the water. And when he's drowning and literally coughing up water in the beach, he pulls him out of the water and he says, when you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful. And so for a lot of people, it takes something very traumatic to happen to them for a shift to happen in their mind that awakens something that may have already been there. And we've all caught a glimpse of our greatness before, right? We've all seen what can be done because we've experienced it, even if it's in like small increments of a time frame where you were like where all cards were on you and you pulled it through. It could have been the bill that you were trying to pay that you somehow pulled out of your ass the money that you needed to cover that bill. It could be that game that you were playing when it was like, damn, there's no way we can come back from it, and boom, you came back from it. It could be money being made in multiple different types of ways and experiences and just life, right? Things happening that just show us how great we are. And it happens sometimes in a very sporadic way that is spread apart amongst years of our lives as we continue to grow and we continue to become. The older that we get, the more wiser that we become, the more people that we leave behind. And so I realized this was something that was like repetitive for me. It was repetitive. When that thing happened to me, I just remember all I wanted to do was live. And so I told the doctor, what do I need to do? So this never happens to me again. My cholesterol was through the roof. My blood, I'm telling you, like my blood was thick as hell. I wasn't getting proper oxygen being pushed. My arteries were clogged. There were so many things that made that happen. And all I could think about was, man, I cannot leave this world without making sure that my wife and my son are taken care of, and I'm not done yet. Like I'm just not done yet. And so it was 2 weeks after, it was a week after that, I gave up alcohol. I stand before you guys today, over 4 years sober from alcohol. It was June 27th of 2020. It was the last time that I had a drink. Okay. And I've been sober ever since. As I've grown, about a month later, November, I decided to get a gym membership and I began my fitness journey into losing a bunch of weight. Now, at the beginning, guys, it was just like a lot of y'all that are joining this group. I didn't really know how to use any machines. I didn't know how to like what perfect form was. I didn't know what any of these things were. Hold on, Bubby. I'll be over there. Give me an hour. Yes, ask mom if you need help. Love you. I knew that I wanted to just be present and be a dad and be healthy, but I would just go into the gym with no direction, none. And guys, let me tell y'all something. I mean, how many of you guys have ever been so big that you couldn't fit inside of machines? There were certain machines that I couldn't fit in, so I did the only thing I knew I could. I put boxing gloves on and I'd go at it at a freaking at a bag for 2 to 3 hours. As the weight started to drop off of me, I realized that there was a plateau that I would hit. There would be a plateau. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I didn't know proper nutrition. I didn't know any of those things. No, Bubby. No. I told you I'll get over there in an hour. I'm doing this call, okay? So it was one of those things where I just like, I was just going at it, but I didn't have any direction or any goals. And so I did exactly what y'all decided to do. Let's pay a mentor. Let's find someone who knows fitness, who knows how to lose weight and how to maintain themselves. And so, I invested, I think it was $700 a month into a gentleman. His name's Zach. And Zach taught me how to really have intention with what it was that I was trying to do when I woke up every single day. It's so crazy how fitness marries itself to business. They're honestly the same thing. Let me tell y'all something. The hardest thing that I've ever done was lose 200 pounds, no matter what. And I've made a lot of money in business. And I would say that I'm up there when it comes to income producing level. Okay. Like almost everything that I can do, I can really do it and make a lot of money. I made millions of dollars before I was even a healthy dude. Just being honest, okay? But that person, that individual, that version of Q was not sustainable because he was still addicted to alcohol, addicted to pornography, still really 1 foot in, 1 foot out, relying on people that he couldn't trust, surrounded by people who didn't support him. There was all these things. How many of you guys got somebody like that right now? How many guys are going through exactly what I'm talking about? Every now and then you just kind of want to drink, so you just take one because it takes the edge, makes you forget for a little while, right? Sometimes you want to get off, you want to fucking feel good about yourself. So what do? You watch pornography, right? Or you might just say, screw it, and let's just eat whatever we want and drink whatever we want. It's okay to be vulnerable and to admit these things. I was addicted to. I was addicted to. I was an addict to anything that would distract me from the very problems that I needed to deal with, which is probably what some of you guys do today. And it's okay to admit these things. Admitting them is one of the most powerful things because it relinquishes you, right? The end scene of 8 Mile when he's rapping, and you remember when he's rapping to that guy and he ends up winning the battle. That is one of the greatest acts of humility that you will ever see in a movie. Because what does he do? He rips himself in front of everybody, rips himself to shreds. He said, I am white. I am a bum. I do live in a trailer with my mom, right? And when he did that, guess what? Papa Doc didn't even know what to tell him because he had already relinquished himself. Guys, that's exactly what it's like when you just repent for all of the things that are no longer adding on to you and for having the temptation of allowing yourself to feel those things. Okay. And guys, this is going to be a pretty long meeting, so I hope y'all are hanging out with me for a minute. I know we're 30 minutes into the spiel, but it's very important that I get this out. I knew that I wasn't intentional enough about what it was that I was wanting for me. I was just kind of wanting it. I kind of wanted to lose weight, kind of wanted to get healthy again. Kind of didn't want for people to film me at events and me take events with all these people and put my arms around them and look all flabby and fat and not have muscle like I do now. I just felt like I wasn't living to the caliber that I was putting out there. I would stand in front of stages and talk about discipline, yet I had none. I had absolutely none. And so like when you walk into your truth and you call yourself out on the things that you know that are no longer adding on to you, that's the first step, is admitting that you have a problem. And it could be with a lot of things. The second step is taking the actionable steps that are required to eliminate the problem so that it's no longer something that's in front of you that's distracting you from what God is trying to bring you. You see what I'm saying? And so, guys, I've been so passionate about these calls that we've been doing because I'm getting a chance to meet some of you guys. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people are throwing out mentorship programs for $25, $97, $150. I'm starting to see who the $25 person is. No offense, okay? I'm noticing common things. That's all. And if there's anything that I'm saying that is offending you, I want you to know that the only reason that it bothers you is because there's a slight sense of truth behind what I'm saying. That's it. That's it. And my God, am I not trying to tear you down? I'm trying to build you up so that you can see how freaking amazing that you are. But you haven't stepped into your light yet. So I hired a trainer, just like some of you guys hired me as a coach. I'm here for you now. So we're in this together. Fortunately, I feel somewhat responsible for you, and that's okay. I know that you're at fault for your life. I'm at fault for mine, but I can only do so much. And so I can't be with all of you guys one-on-one. So I don't know what you guys do Monday through Friday. I don't know what your day looks like. But to me, you know. You know what you're doing and what you're not doing. You know whether you're performing or whether you're not performing. You know if you're actually taking this course serious or you're not taking it serious. You're the only one who knows that truth. And God, that's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So I hired someone. And it was like $700 a month. And Zach told me one time when I went to go see him, I went inside the gym and I just, I was like, all right, we're gonna do this again. Let's just do it. And you know what he told me? He said, Q, just leave. Come back next week or something. And I said, why? Why? Like what did I do something wrong? And you know what he said? He said, no, man, you just don't want to be here. And I don't want to waste my time on someone who doesn't want to be here. Bro, did that not hit? Like, I just remember looking at him. I said, what do you mean? Like, I've been here. I've been showing up, dude. I'm in all of your meetings. And he said, yeah, Q, but if I'm just being real, bro, like, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here, dude. Like, I tell you to come into this place 4 days out of the week, and you complain throughout our whole workout sessions about exercises that I make you do that you're not willing to do. So you just don't want it. And I only want to coach people who want it. So just talk to the lady at the front, ask them for a refund. It was a great ride, Q. But if you can't come here and be intentional, like God brought you to me, then I just don't want you here. Mind you, Zach is probably like maybe 10 years older than me, and he's been bodybuilding since he was 13. So like I just will never forget that feeling. You know what I mean? And so I said, help me understand what you're what you're saying right now. You know what I mean? And he's like, Q, when you wake up, you have to decide what kind of day that you're going to have. At the end of the day, I'm only one part of it. You're in my gym for an hour and a half during our sessions, and then you're out, right? So I don't know what you got going on, but you can't bring that in here. When you come in here, I expect to see a version of you that you can become, because we all have a version ourselves that we know that we can become. But the form, the foundation of that form of who we truthfully believe that we can grow into is backed by faith and belief. And without those two things, we're just kind of here. You know what I'm saying? And so, I had a really deep talk with my friend Lewis, who's one of the guys that's here, and we were going over this, and again, I asked him, I said, all right, so what should we do? And he's like, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it. Every single day, he had me write down what it was that I was going to accomplish in the gym. And so we would separate it, and he would tell me what our body parts that we were going to work out were that day. He'd tell me Monday, we're going to do legs because it's the hardest thing to do. He said, what's the exercise that you hate the most? I said, dude, I can't do my legs. He said, great. We're going to start your week that way. And then he asked me, he said, what's the second thing? I said, well, chest, baby, let's go. And he said, chest day is the best day. On Tuesday, we're doing chest. Wednesdays, I would do arms. Thursdays, I do shoulders. Fridays, I do back. Saturdays is full body. And then Sundays, I take a break. And I sanction them off that way. But when I walk into the gym with him, there's always a plan of what we're going to tackle that day before I leave. Okay. And so that book is about procrastination. Eat That Frog is about procrastination. It's about planning things correctly. Now, I put a post up, right? Inside of the school group. If you guys want to search it, you just go straight to the community here and then type in 9 to 5, and then you'll be able to see a few things. But I put this up here and it got 27 reactions, right? And in this book, which is inside of the Holy Grail, which I put inside of the resource vault, all of you guys that are at level 2, level 3, you have access to this. So there's no excuse as to why you don't have these books and you're not reading them. But this was something that I noticed was something that was needing to be said. So I put this whole thing here because in Eat That Frog, what he allows you to do is identifying what your frogs are. So if every single day somebody told you that at the beginning of your life, like whatever that day looked like, before the day was over, that you had to eat a live toad or you would die in like the most horrible way you can think of, what day of the week would you eat that toad? What day of the week would you eat that toad? Or what time of the day would you eat the toad? Bro, I'm knocking that shit out in the morning, bro. I am not going to wait to have a horrible day because things happen in life to eat a toad at the end of the day before I call it a night. And so, why am I saying this? Is because you have to identify your frogs. What are your priority tasks during the day? So if you have to eat two frogs, you eat the ugliest one first. The technique here is to start by listing out your tasks and drawing them out on the board. Guys, in any workout routine that I do, there's always a regimen. No matter what, I honor my regimen. I brought my wife with me today and she saw me do like 5 different exercises to hit my chest, and so we were there and we were there together. She wanted to come with me. I didn't let that stop me from saying, you know what, I'm going to call it a day and just hang out in my office with my wife. I said, no, we're going to go into the gym. And even if you're just going to sit there and watch me work out, I'm hitting my chest before I leave. And so you can do this, guys. All you have to do is apply this. You see this where it says use the ABCDE method? This is how you categorize your tasks during the day. Number one, critical, must be done. B, important but not crucial, but they need to be done regardless. C, nice to do, but not really urgent. And then D, whatever does not add on to you and is a low income producing task, immediately delegate it. And then E, eliminate it. Netflix, drinking too much Starbucks, putting money into the wrong things, internet gambling, subscriptions that are pointless, that don't even add on to you. E is to eliminate, okay? The idea here is to separate your A, B, and C tasks into multiple periods throughout the day where you time block for them. So time blocking is a lot different than scheduling. Guys, how many of y'all have ever had to meet with someone and then for whatever reason you said, you know what? We're just going to reschedule it. Come on, man. I know that I have some reschedulers in here. I'm one of them, okay? If it's not time blocked, I'm not going to go, bro. I'm sorry. There's an opportunity on that calendar for me to hit the reschedule button. I'm sorry, my guy. I love you, but I'm going to reschedule, right? Because you're giving me the option. That's the thing. You see, in life, when you have a schedule, what you really have is you have options that you are giving to yourself. You have to come to a point where there's no option. And so what a time block is versus a schedule is where you remove the option. You're going to say, you know what, guys, I'm going to call some people. I'm going to say, you know what, mom, during the time frame of 8 to 10, I am unreachable. I love you to death. This is for you, I promise. But I need you to understand that you cannot get a hold of me during these hours. Okay. Wife, hey, from 4 to 7, this is what I'm doing. I'm in Q's mastermind. He's rambling on again about some crazy motivational stuff, and I'm going to listen to him. Okay. I'm going to be there and I'm going to be present and I'm going to make sure that everything else in my life is muted so I can have full focus on this. That, my friends, is a time block. Schedules give you an option. Time block, no option. This is what needs to be done, and this is how we're going to do it, right? And so then you create tasks for yourself that need to be honored during that day that you decide to wake up and have that day on purpose. So then if my goal today was to talk to, let's say, I don't know, like let's say we were to just create metrics for what it looked like. So for us to wake up in the day, some of you guys got your 9 to 5, right? So then you have your 9 a.m. to your 5 p.m. Anything else in between that are tasks that can be added to the bottom line. These tasks create the outcome of what it is that we're trying to accomplish ourselves, okay? And so again, like if I'm out at 5 and I know that I'm home by 6, dinner at 6:30, spend time with wife for an hour, well then I still got from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. to focus on my business. So then in this time frame for 1 hour, I'm cold calling. For my next hour, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to build lists, just having fun, building lists. We're going to be as creative as possible. And then number 3, I'm setting up my time frame. For 1 hour, I'm going to set the premise of what I'm going to do the next week. So we're going to set the premise, the goal. Then I'm going to repeat that. So now I got 3 hours of just me focused fully on my business in a way that's categorized where I can literally identify my input Monday through Friday. Guys, that's like 15 hours a week that you can throw into your business. I found 15 hours for y'all right there. And this is the thing, man. You got a time block for that. Otherwise, it's just never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so then if the goal is to join the community and be a part of this, all right, we're going to spend 1 hour going through course material that Quentin has thrown out there into the classroom. After 1 hour of course material, it is an automatic pause and I will stop what I'm doing. I'm going to spend the next hour making meaningful connections. I'm going to message every single person inside of Q's community that's also invested like I am to team up with other people to see if we can do deals together. 1 hour of meaningful connections. Third hour, I'm gonna load up my dialer, load up my phone, build my list on Deal Machine, and I'm gonna start calling as many leads as I possibly can. Guys, I just created a regiment for you right now. And I don't even know what your life or schedule looks like. But if you got a 9 to 5, that right there can be done. If you need to, add a few hours. If you need to take away, then take away an hour. If you can only do this for 1 hour, 2 hours a day, then you have time. Bro, I've been talking to people that have been joining the group and they keep making this excuse that, oh, I drive trucks all day. Bro, so you drive trucks all day, every day, 9, 15, 20, 30, 40 hours a day, right? You're telling me that you don't have at least 1 to 2 hours to dedicate to being in this group and being involved? I get it. You might miss a meeting or two. I get it. But you're in the car driving, my guy. Put this thing in your ear so you can listen. Guys, I'm not here to talk excuses, and a lot of you guys are. I talk solutions. And so if you're going to be in this group, what's the solution to making it work? Not like, oh my God, maybe I'm not going to be able to afford this next month or next week or whatever. I don't know what it looks like. But if that's how you look at everything, I'm not gonna like, I'm just gonna be real. There's nothing that I can do that can help you. Okay. That's a mindset problem. That's a you problem. And you got to identify that. And I hope I'm speaking to somebody here, man. But at the same time, again, if this offends you in any type of way, it's only because there's a sense of truth for it. When I was fat and I was overweight, people on the internet, I'd make a badass fucking video. So proud of it. I'm walking in front of a house. I just flipped it, made $20,000. I'm telling the whole world how to make money. And I got people in my YouTube video calling me fat, telling me that I look like I'm like a fucking Jabba the Hutt, like I look like shit. And you know how much that hurt me, but that stopped me from doing what it was that I needed to do to put content out there to help more people close real estate deals. No, because I know my God-given purpose. They can't call me fat anymore. It can't even hurt me. You can call me chubby all you want, dude. I'm stronger than 90% of most people who go on the internet and try to hate on me because there's no truth to their words anymore. They carry no weight because I beat the fat demon because I know what it's like to lose all of that weight. So as I've grown in business, I get it. There's a lot of procrastination that's going to happen because you have outside forces trying to knock you off your high because you're vibrating at that level already, that frequency that says that you can become something, that you can grow a business out of nothing, that you can make money in real estate without using money, without using credit, that you can find a way. You can find a way. And so, guys, the mindset shift that needs to happen here. 3 points in today's conversation. I'm going to pause the recording and then start recording. We're going to go into real estate stuff, I promise. I'm hanging out with you guys for a minute, so I hope y'all don't mind if I'm taking up your Tuesday night. But this is it. Number one, you can't just kind of want to be here, dude. I'm sorry, dude, but can I please ask you guys, can y'all put both feet in this building? I need both. I can't deal with it if it's 1 foot out and 1 foot in. It hurts my soul to see that. I need to see both feet in. Can you guys commit to both feet being in? Second piece, if we can't track it and honor it and measure it, then we can't scale it. These things right here can fit into anything. I don't care if you're driving a truck all day. I don't care if you're Uber Eats in all day. I don't care what kind of job you have. You can do this. You can do this. I'm telling you right now that people with less resources, that are less qualified as you, that have never been through the things that you've been through, are making money on the internet right now doing wholesaling real estate. And you can too. So no more problem mentality. No more, oh, I can't dedicate. No, you can. You're just not finding the time. We speak solutions in here. So I'm asking you guys to rid any disbelief. You know what it says in the word in the Bible? It says it in this book that when the Holy Spirit has entered the body, no anxiety, no self-doubt, no lack of self-worth, no timidness shall enter. And so a lot of you guys aren't receiving what God's trying to give to you. And because of that, he can't work in your life. Okay. And so I need y'all to be open right now. No more if what, no, we're not doing that. We know that this can work. The proof is in the pudding. The faith is in the evidence. If Q can fucking do it, you guys can do it. There's just no excuses, y'all. I had less resources than you guys do, and y'all have so much to throw into this. God is trying to use you to do something great. So I need you to open up and receive that. Okay. No more excuses. We are solution-based thinkers moving forward. And then number 5, y'all, if we're going to do this, we're going to time block for it. We're going to do it with intention. Every day has a plan now. Okay. If you don't know how to create one, dude, I just created one on ChatGPT just a second ago. Literally, let me just go on ahead and do this for one of you guys real fast. So chatgpt.com. I asked it to create a 90-day wholesaling plan based on another member's goals here. Look what I put. I said, we're going to create a 90-day success plan for wholesaling real estate based on my personal needs. I work a full-time job. It's flexible, 9 to 5. I can delegate 5 hours a day. Saturday evenings, I will be used as a reboot. Sundays, I'll be available all day, 8 hours or more. My current bills and expenses, $1,500 a month. I bring in 85K a year. My monthly marketing budget is $1,000 a month. I need daily tasks that I can honor for each day for the plan above. I'm currently using Deal Machine software. I signed up for the year. I need a plan on how to best use this software. My goal is to close 3 deals by the end of 90 days and scale. Create a plan of action to scale it 90 days by hiring virtual assistants at the end of 90 days. And look, dude, look at this whole plan that it just gave me. And guess what, y'all? I can add on to this. I can scroll down and I can add on to this. This is the thread now. Add on to this and create a plan to open a real estate office within 90 days after. Just with that one thing. And now look what we're doing. It's already going over our first individual primary goal. It's going to review everything and it's going to spew out a plan to open up an office and start a wholesaling business, an organization using ChatGPT. And so guys, like this is just such a crazy hack, man. If y'all ever want to use ChatGPT, don't just use it to make money, also use it to get closer to God. A lot of the times when I talk to you guys, I'm asking ChatGPT to break down scripture for me. Okay? And so I just want to show you guys what's available to you, because if you haven't done it, it's there. All right. So just wanted to go in here and really be present for y'all and show y'all what's up. Okay. I know I got an AI thing in here. But yeah, don't worry about it, guys. That's exciting. I'll go ahead and I will pause this now. And I appreciate y'all just for listening to that spiel. Okay. No excuses. We can do this. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pause it.